Hey guys, today we're going to talk about something a little different. You've seen me review a lot of jazz records, but did you know I was into occasionally some grungier, rockier stuff? I'm going to talk about some of my industrially noisy kind of records, and specifically let's start with a record label called Amphetamine Reptile. Can we get a focus on that there? Amphetamine Reptile Noise. That was a label that came out of Minneapolis in the 80s, and coincidentally, I just did two other videos on Minneapolis. I did Prince, and I did Bob Mould. So, I guess we're in a Minneapolis mood today for some reason. This is the first big record on Amphetamine Reptile, 1986, I think. Helmet, which is a band that I followed off and on for many years. What, 20, 30 years? Helmet, strap it on. And that's like a medieval torture helmet or something like that. It's not a bird cage, it's a helmet. What's the price say there? It says $39.95. Did you really pay $39.95 for that, Greg? Well, I think that's in Dutch guilders. And I think I bought this when I was in Holland. This says, marketed in Europe by Glitterhouse Records, something, something, West Germany. So I think I picked this up when I worked for Philips Polygram on one of my trips to Holland. They're nuts with the death heavy speed metal up there in Holland and Scandinavia and Norway. For some reason, they're into that sort of thing. So Helmet, let me play you a couple seconds of this record. I don't play a lot of music on my channel, but some of these records are so obscure, I don't think there's going to be a lot of copyright hits, but a couple seconds of Helmet. Let's check it out. It's loud. Heavy guitar. Yeah. My stereo's dying. I hardly ever listen to CDs, so the CD player was acting up, but you can hear the power and the intensity and the loud guitars of Helmet. Page Hamilton, their guitar player and sort of a leader, a very well-trained studio jazz type guitar player. He layers jazzy chords and harmonies into his songs, and occasionally he'll do a heavy rocky version of a classic jazz tune, which I think is pretty cool. All this stuff I'm showing today is for the most part on CD. During the 90s, people were buying CDs, and some of these records were never or rarely released on vinyl. I did see Helmet play recently. This is the only vinyl I have by them. It is called, I don't know what it's called, Seeing Eye Dog. I saw them at a little sort of supper club out here in West Los Angeles a couple years ago, and it was really not the right venue for Helmet. The Page Hamilton even commented that, why are you guys sitting around in like nice upholstered chairs at a hardcore show? You should be out mosh pitting and stuff. And I'm just sitting there in this big chair while guys are beating each other up in front of me. It's great to see him close by my house. Would love to see him again. 2-record set. They were only selling for $10 at the merch table. So for $10, I got the disc and I got the shirt. $10 each. So I think they might be financially struggling, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, let's talk about some more records on Amphetamine Reptile. So this is Helmet, but it's later. They left Interscope. This is on Interscope, kind of a bigger label that took advantage of the grunge movement. Let's see, 1997, Interscope Records. Helmet, Aftertaste. Back to Amphetamine Reptile, we have some other weird industrial bands like Cows. Let's see. Effete and Impudent Snobs. There's great artwork on these industrial hardcore bands. Some sort of cellular fetus. I don't know what that is, what that guy is. But good artwork on everything. Let's see if the inner, do we call these sleeves? What do we call these? Booklets? That's a booklet with a dinosaur. Cows. What songs are on here, if any? Whitey and the Woodpile. That's a funny one. I've heard that one. Big Mickey. Yeah, I know these. I haven't listened to these things in years, guys. I'm getting old. I have a teenage son. He thinks these records are cool now, by the way. If you're watching, young man, go back to practicing your saxophone. Helios Creed. That was one of the better artists on Amphetamine Reptile. Helios Creed. I don't know what to say about him. Just a weird dude who played a lot of weird stuff on the guitar. Boxing the Clown, Master Blaster. You Got Me Floatin', Hendrix tune on here. You can see the low budget art production. Pixely. And here's a later one by Helios Creed, not on Amphetamine Reptile. Let's see. Live series, Master Blaster. So this is a live record of his. Which I don't know that well. And more Amphetamine Reptile. Tar Roundhouse. Oh, 2 records up for the price of 1. Roundhouse and Handsome, I guess. Mumper. Gag Reflex. Gerbo. Les Paul Worries. The more bizarre, the better back in these days. Love the artwork. Love the black artwork of desolation, decay, everything that's wrong with America. You know, these are like rich kids complaining about how horrible America is. Usually, you never know. I don't know the story behind a lot of these guys. Who else do we have here? Okay. You got to have some Lubricated Goat. And you got to grab something to eat at the Psychedelicatessen. Love that cover. Love the artwork. They actually chopped up the band members and put their heads in formaldehyde just for this cover. And I don't think they ever recovered from that. I think their tour had to be canceled. But made for a great cover. Psychedelicatessen. Songs like Stroke, Eternal Loser, Give Chance a Peace, Spoil the Atmosphere, You're Fading Out. Nice artwork on the CD label. What else? There might be a surprise in here. You know, somebody's grandma. Little family theme for the guys in Lubricated Goat. We have Stu Spasm on guitar, Martin Bland on drums. I can't pronounce the other names. You know, art students being weird for the sake of being weird. Being weird and gross to annoy their mothers. My son will never do that to us. Right? Here's another one. Steel Pole Bathtub. I love the cover on this one too. Who is that guy? He's looking scary. Lurch and Butterfly Love. Oh, there's my friend Marcia. Looking wholesome. Great artwork on these things. So I have this bathrobe that's kind of crusty for some reason. And whenever I wear it, my son says, "Steel Pole Bathrobe." He thinks that's funny. I think it's funny. Industrial music and noise seeps into our family traditions here at the Vinyl Rundown House. And here's a beauty. Was this on Amphetamine? No, this is on London. You gotta see the cover of this one. Have you heard of Grotus? If you get some Grotus, you might want to get a hand job copy. Grotus hand job, and that gentleman is grabbing onto his big remote control. That says something about American culture, doesn't it? I think so. And he's watching a show with a dude with a gun and drinking a brew, a 40-ouncer. Grotus hand job. Such hits as Bad Itch, Ebola Restin. There's the regular version and the Touch My Monkey mix. Grotus hand job. A lot of this stuff is for shock value, guys. When you're young, you want to annoy your parents. And then you become a parent and you say, why are these kids annoying me? I think that's enough for Amphetamine Reptile, guys. I have enough stuff left over here that I think I could do part 2 of the Industrial Grunge. So stay tuned for that. Let me hear how you're enjoying your Amphetamine Reptile records, your Grotus, your Tar, your Helmet, your Helios Creed, You know who's on that label? I think the Melvins were on that label, and I don't have anything by the Melvins. That would be another good group to add to the collection. These things are hard to find on LP. This thing was popular, this movement, genre was popular during the CD era. So it is hard to find on LP, but maybe some of you guys have it on LP, maybe a reissue. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Talk to you later.